Have you ever wondered why, out of billions of people in the world, your heart decides to pick one? Like seriously, one day you're living your normal life, minding your own business, and then suddenly one person shows up and your brain goes, "Yep, this one. Let's think about them 24/7." And just like that, everything changes. Songs start hitting differently, your phone becomes more interesting than ever, and somehow even their high feels like a big event. So what's actually going on here? Is love just magic, or is your brain secretly running a whole psychological system behind the scenes? Let's talk about the psychology of falling in love and why it feels so powerful, confusing, and honestly, a little crazy sometimes. First, let's clear one thing up. Falling in love doesn't start with love. It usually starts with attention. Out of all the people you see every day, something about one person stands out. Maybe it's the way they talk. Maybe it's their smile. Maybe it's something small, like how they laugh at things no one else notices. Your brain basically goes, "Wait, this person is interesting." And once your brain labels someone as interesting, it starts paying more attention to them. And the more attention you give someone, the more important they start to feel. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Your brain starts creating meaning. Even small things suddenly feel special. They reply to your message, you smile. They remember something you said, you overthink it for hours. They say your name? Congratulations, your brain will replay that 10 times before sleep. It's like your brain turns into a storyteller. Everything they do becomes part of a bigger emotional story. And then comes the famous stage, overthinking. You start asking questions like, do they like me too? Was that message normal or did it mean something? Should I reply now or wait? Meanwhile, the other person is probably just living their life completely unaware that you're analyzing every word like a scientist. Falling in love turns regular people into full-time detectives, no training required. Now, let's talk about chemistry. And no, not the school subject. Your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin when you're around someone you like. These chemicals make you feel happy, excited, and connected. That's why when you talk to them, everything feels good. And when you don't, something feels missing. It's like your brain found its favorite playlist and now wants to play it on repeat. Now, here's another interesting thing. When you start liking someone, your brain doesn't focus on their flaws. It focuses on their best parts. The way they smile, the way they talk, the way they make you feel. Your brain basically creates a highlight version of them, like a movie trailer that only shows the best scenes, and you're like, wow, they're perfect. Meanwhile, they're just human like everyone else, but your brain, it's in cinematic mode. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Falling in love is not just about the other person, it's also about you, how they make you feel. Maybe they make you feel understood. Maybe they make you feel confident. Maybe they make you feel seen in a way others don't. So sometimes you're not just falling for them, you're falling for the version of yourself that exists around them. And honestly, that's powerful. There's also something called familiarity. We are naturally drawn to people who feel familiar in some way. Maybe they remind you of someone from your past. Maybe they share similar values. Maybe their personality feels comfortable. Your brain loves what it recognizes, even if you don't consciously notice it. Now, here's the part people don't always talk about. Falling in love can feel amazing, but also a little scary. Because the more you start to care about someone, the more you become vulnerable. You start thinking, what if they don't feel the same? What if this doesn't work out? What if I get hurt? So, along with excitement, there's also fear. It's like your heart is saying go for it, while your brain is saying be careful. And then there's timing. Sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time, or the wrong person at the right time. And your brain doesn't really care about timing. It just follows feelings, which explains why love can feel so confusing sometimes. Let's add a little humor here. When you're falling in love, your phone becomes your best friend. You check it every 5 minutes, even when there's no notification. You open it, close it, open it again just in case. At this point, you're not using your phone is using you. But here's something really important. Falling in love is not just about emotions, it's also about connection. Real connection happens when two people understand each other, support each other, and feel comfortable being themselves. The butterflies, they're exciting, but connection is what actually makes something last. And here's the truth most people learn later. Not every fall turns into something permanent. Sometimes you fall for someone and it teaches you something about yourself, about relationships, about what you really need. And even if it doesn't last forever, it still matters. Because falling in love is one of the most human experiences we have. It's unpredictable, it's emotional, it's a little messy, but it also shows you that you're capable of feeling something real, something meaningful. So the next time you find yourself thinking about someone all the time, smiling at your phone for no reason, or overthinking a simple message like it's a life decision, just remember something. Your brain isn't broken. It's just doing what it's designed to do. It's building a connection, creating meaning, and maybe, just maybe, letting you experience something that makes life a little more interesting. Because at the end of the day, falling in love isn't just about finding someone. It's about discovering a feeling that you didn't even know you were capable of.